I'm not losing any time out of my day by doing this, and if I need an hour nap later or something, I can. 3 cups of coffee, and I'm literally shaking, guys. So Free versus Hero might be like sounding like a tape has just been put in fast forward. Do you guys remember what tapes are? You know, like cassette tapes or something? Yeah, we're all old. We remember cassette tapes. And then the fast forward button where it makes you sound like Alvin the Chipmunk. It was speaking all high and such. Yeah. So I have something hilarious to share with you guys. This will put everybody in a good mood. Especially if you hate League of Legends competitively. Okay, guys, listen to this. So there's this guy at work who knows that I cast Brood War and work, do stuff on Team Liquid. So he's every once in a while, like every couple months, he'll ask me like the dumbest question possible. And because he's trying to become a League of Legends pro. So he's been playing League of Legends for 2 years now, and he's never made it past bronze. So finally he decided, well, in October, or August or something, that he was going to start streaming League of Legends, because that's the way towards his League of Legends fame. He'll become a pro by streaming League of Legends and talking. So he goes, BisuDagger, how come I'm not getting any viewers? And I go, well, what do you do? And he goes, I play League of Legends with 5 of my friends, or 4 of my friends, and I just play really cool music. I go, okay, yeah, that's the key to success. You're definitely on the way there. So then I find out 2 months later in October, he goes, yeah, this organization, I contacted this organization, and they're going to hire me on as a caster. And I go, really? They're going to hire you? Well, it was a free thing. It was a free event, kind of like I do here. And he can work with the tournament and cast it, because it's a low-level, like, bronze tournament or something. Yeah, something like that. So, okay, it gets even funnier now. I just found out on Monday that over the weekend, he had got, or I guess maybe a couple weeks ago, he got an email from the organization, and they fired him. They said, listen, dude, I think it's best we go separate ways. He got fired from casting an event for free. Oh my goodness. Who does that? Sorry, my computer was about to die. So yeah. I'm dying here. This guy, I mean, he literally gets on my nerves. But he got fired from free. It's like if all of you guys got on right now and just said, BisuDagger, it's best you don't cast anymore. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd just keep doing it. But still, that's cruel. That's just too cruel. Apparently, League of Legends World is too good for free casting. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe he was basing his League of Legends casting off of my casting. I am horrible. Let's just put that out there, but... Oh, man. He actually... I've been at my company for 3 years, and I guess he's been there around 3.5 years. He's been around there 2.5 years. And when he first started at my company, he said, hey, I want to be a comedian. Why don't I tell you a few of my jokes? Literally, the worst jokes I've ever heard. I would rather watch paint dry and then watch the paint peel off again due to 10 years of aging. It was the worst jokes I've ever heard. So I don't know how he could have a career in talking. No one wants to listen to this dude. Plus, no offense for most of you guys from this state, but he's from Alabama, and I don't know. Maybe he brought just he didn't bring the Alabama charm like he should. Although I haven't met too many people from Alabama that tell a good joke. Yes, poor dude. How can you play a game for 2 years and just don't improve? Yeah, that's what I said. You know what? This is the best part. I asked him. He's asking how to get better, and I go, well, do you read the Liquid, or do you read the League of Legends forums? Do you read about builds? Have you been on there to talk with people and get involved? And he goes, what are the League of Legends forums? He had never even been on the website when I had talked to him. This is before he found out what Bronze League was. And he goes, and I go, well, what league are you in? And he goes, bronze. And I go, well, what about, you need to be in this league. And he goes, what are those? And I had to go on the League of Legends site for him and point out that there was like what do they have? Silver, platinum, gold, stuff like that. Similar to the StarCraft rating system. It's just absolutely wild. He didn't know that they had their own website. So I didn't even want to tell him about Team Liquid. Oh my God. Okay. We're on to the girl here. This is what Korean adult teaching school. So if you don't learn how to read or write good in Korea, this is the adult teaching school that they take you to. I would definitely learn nothing in this classroom. Hungry app 18 plus. Thank God my fiance is sleeping, guys. Don't want her to know that I'm watching this. Feels awkward. Guys, you know that you're not watching Korean porn because there's nothing fuzzied out. And we all know how Asian stuff works. All the good parts are fuzzied and censored. G school, where every school finds your G spot. Alright, here, going to the next thing here. This is on the Azubu app. If you guys aren't watching this through Azubu, watch it through Azubu and then listen to me on the side. Just kind of put me as the side piece to your main course here. Hungry Out sponsoring this, along with Yellow running the whole entire organization. So big shout outs to them. Buy their stuff if you're from Korea, or just plain out support them. I wonder if they have a Facebook page that you can like. 15-year-old brother who is Diamond in League. I'm pretty sure I could take a crap on my keyboard and become League. Diamond in League. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Diamond's pretty hard to get up there. You know, you have to put in some hours. But obviously, if you play a game for 2 years, you get out of bronze. But I am probably the lowest of the low on Icy Cup. I'm like F-. That's okay, but I don't play. I just watch. I'm a professional StarCraft watcher. How about them apples? I need to get my own sponsor. Okay, let's see how things are going on Team Liquid here. Oh, Sonic interview, very cool. I don't know why my stream got removed from the event here. Someone keeps removing my stream from the Round of 8 event, I feel like. 181 viewers, guys. You are awesome. We're starting to match record numbers for my viewership. It is very important for my moral well-being that I have people listen to what I say. So thank you for supporting me here. Lords of Shadow was a fun game. Like Patrick Stewart narration in the first game. I thought you were saying my name for a second here. My teacher's from Alabama and he likes Pee Wee Herman. That is a... Did you just sum up Alabama in one sentence? That is beautiful. I can't do the Pee Wee Herman laugh, or else I'd do it right now. Something like that. That's pretty similar. I wish I could do StarCraft unit noises like Day 9. I'm nowhere near the awesomeness that Day 9 is. Gotta rep the Eepstar article from SSL preview. Okay, if you guys haven't read that, you need to read it, because it teaches you all about how badass Eepstar is, like the word for it, what it represents, being StarCraft, and incredible moments, like just rare moments that should never exist. And just kind of calling Sonic an Eepstar moment. So go ahead, shed some tears and read that article, because it's very good. We definitely need BisuDagger game. You know what? I started building an RTS in Unity. I don't know if you guys have used the Unity builder before, but I have unit and building selection and UI interface, and it's pretty close. I've almost got all the basics of an RTS. Obviously, that means I'm nowhere near. I'm like 2% done with what would be an RTS game, but whatever. something I threw together in Unity, and it's coming along pretty good so far. And it has camera zoom and stuff. It's pretty neat. You can even kind of rotate around the game. Kind of something you don't need in an RTS, but it's there anyway. Yeah. I made a StarCraft Pong in Unity. That was pretty cool. In fact, the first video game I ever made was a Pong game that had Nidus canals. And when the Pong went in the Nidus canal, it would come out at different Nidus canals around the map. But in my newest one that I tested on Unity to kind of like get a feel for the engine, I had Zerglings that would chase the ball around. And if they hit the ball, it would knock it in different directions. So it was basically AI playing soccer with the Pong ball. And it also had Nidus canals. So that was pretty fun. It actually can be played on your phone. You know what? If I can find the game on my computer, I'll put it on Team Liquid. And then you can download StarCraft Pong to your to your phone. And you just control the paddle with your finger by swiping up and down. And what do you guys think? You want that? You want some StarCraft Pong? Maybe I'll throw that up there. Just something I do in my spare time. When I have like 10 or 15 minutes at work, I just kind of throw that up there. It's pretty fun. Canal de Nidus. Is that the Hispanic version of Nidus Canal? Unity ports to all phones. So I mean, you can put this on the Android. You can put it on the Windows phone. You can put it on the Apple phone. It'll work for anything. That's the beauty of Unity. It'll work on Linux and whatever. Yeah. So it should work for that. Let me see if I can find it. Obviously, it won't come up today, but if I can add some improvements, there were some weird glitches in the game, but it has a few levels and stuff, so it should work. My first try at Unity was Brick Break, Blinder says. Yeah, that's a pretty good one to try too. That's a nice one to get your mechanics out there of trying to learn the UI and the builder itself. I'm actually developing an RPG with a friend on Unity too, in spare time. But that probably won't be done until the end of next year or something. So 2016, I will take the world by storm. Not a phone game though. It's gonna be badass. What's my, oh god, my APM when I write code? I'm actually really quick. I actually thought about I thought about streaming my coding just to kind of show off how fast I can develop code, but really writing code fast doesn't mean anything. You just end up riddled with errors and all that sorts of crap. But I have tons of macros, and I'm not fast with Vim yet. I'm slowly getting faster with Vim and Linux, but on Visual Studio, I've got all the hotkeys down pat. Bam. Alright guys, here we are returning to the final game of the Kongdoo Starz League round of 8. And this is just the first day. There are going to be best of 2s tomorrow to conclude this best of 3 from the start here. If you guys saw the dude in the T1 uniform, yeah, what a badass. So, Free versus Hero is going to be the final map. And yes, code streaming is kind of lame. I realized that a long time ago. Even like watching a tutorial video for coding, it's not as much it's not as much usefulness, I feel like, as being able to read and work through a tutorial. MCA64 over here has the MCA64 launcher. If you guys haven't used it, it is absolutely bomb. So support him. If you guys want to play on Icy Cup. There's a good server there for all you non-Korean users who want a friendly community of StarCraft. And here we are. We're going to see the 2 players, Free versus Hero. Free, obviously, the skinnier dude on the right. Although I'm not saying that Hero is fat. He actually has put on a little bit of weight, though. Just a little bit. Still looks pretty young. Hero's not that old of a dude, though. I think, what, early 20s, 22 maybe? And, so a dragon versus just a Protoss killing monster. I think Hero's going to win. I predicted Hero to win this series, but I might accidentally during my cast start cheering for Free just because, you know what, I kind of like Free. Especially since the fact that Flash absolutely hates Free. That just makes everybody feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy. Yeah, let's see here. How is everybody else on? This guy developing a game on Twitch and constantly stops and explaining all the stuff. Yeah. Here's 24. What did I say? 22, 23? I was off by just a little bit. 24 is not bad. Is that the Korean age too? Because that would put him at 23 American then? Or not American, otherworldly, should I say? I don't want to just put America in the pool of different ages from Koreans and Asians alike. Someone says they like Flash. Who likes Flash? Come on, let's stop being silly. No one likes Flash. They're forced to enjoy Flash on occasion because there's someone they hate more playing Flash. That's probably the better way to put it. In fact, there's KT fans that hate Flash. But good old buddy old pal Blind Raw, the mod, is not a big fan of Flash, but really loves KT. I can appreciate that. That's a good KT fan right there. If I have to say something complimentary towards a KT fan. So it looks like we're going to get a lot of information from Hero in the pregame interview. Both players are actually looking a little bit more nervous than the Bisu versus Mind matchup, where both players were pretty relaxed and just big smiles on their faces. So here's the deal. These players who have lost today have to overcome the adversity of losing their first game by winning 2 games tomorrow in a row. For Quanro versus Killer, that may be hard if Killer does some stupid build orders again. If it gets to Mutas, Killer will win. That's the key to success for him tomorrow. Zero versus Mong. Mong outplayed Zero, but may have practiced harder on Avalon also. So I think that led to Mong winning against Zero. I think it will be a 2-1. But Zero really needs to come out with some stronger, more aggressive strategy if he wants to be able to win against Mong. Which he did go for. He did go for the faster lurkers, and I think Mutas would have been better on Avalon. Mind versus Bisu. I think this is just another case of Mind prepared better for the new map Demian, and Bisu did not. So it probably will still be a 2-1 victory towards Mind based on that first game. But Bisu can overcome his opponent. It's just going to be very difficult. I think he did not play nearly as good as Mind did though in the macro game. So we're going to have to see if there's going to be better decision making. Kind of the hard part about that map in Demian is he lost that choke point, and there's like one critical point that if you lose at the center of the map and get pushed back to your natural, you really can't bust out of that contain. Mind found that beautiful sweet spot on that map. And for any Terran player, find that spot that Mind sieged up in and built those turrets. Just a beautiful location for a Terran player to dominate their opponent. So now Free versus Hero, and I really don't think the map matters. It's not going to be a big deal. This is probably going to be a mid-game style length game, in my opinion here. So we are 2 hours and 20 minutes into the cast, starting at 5 a.m. It's 7:20 a.m. on the East Coast. I welcome you guys. This is BisuDagger on the microphone, if you're not aware. And thank you for listening to me, coming here and watching this Brood War, as we will be watching the final game of the night. And it should be starting very shortly here. 윤용태 선수를 만약에 누가 여쭤보신다면 얘기할 거였거든요. 워낙에 전투 감각이 전 괜찮다고 생각했기 때문에 조일장 선수. Let's see, what else are people talking about? Fantasy coming back to Brood War would be actually pretty awesome. I think that if he was able to return to form, he would be probably the most unbeatable player out there. Probably even with a better record than Bisu has right now against all these Sospa players. So it would be really scary if Fantasy came back to Brood War. Obviously, he was a pretty solid player towards the end of the Kespa era. Now, Flash, it was actually pretty interesting. I was wondering if Flash would ever be able to come back to form and dominance the way he was. I think that it would take a ton of practice for him to get back to, to that pure dominance form. And I think that the maps and styles have changed a little. A different metagame, and I think a better metagame in all the matchups right now. So, but Terran obviously can't lose to Zerg, and Flash would just never lose to a Zerg player, hands down. But Protoss, I could see Free putting up some really good games against Flash. He would definitely be a top 5 player, no doubt. But right now, there is some strict competition in this league. We are watching 7 of the top 10 ELO players in this round of 8. And Quanro, even though he's ranked like 18 in ELO, still able to defeat his number 2 ELO ranked opponent, Killer. Bisu defeated by number 7 ranked Mind. Mong beat 0, and Mong is the only player so far to beat a player that was ranked lower in the ELO scales. Okay, guys, it looks like we are seeing the players here in their booths getting really excited. Hero with the Aegis means that if he does die, he can resurrect and come back to life. That's really important here, because if you die in your booth, most players would stay dead. They would remain not alive. And Hero, being part of the Aegis clan, that is his special ability. I don't know where to go from there. That was actually an awkward, long pause here. Thank you guys for listening again. Kongdoo Star League here. This is sponsored by Hungry App. And if you guys have not been watching the commercials, pay the hell attention so you can understand what the Hungry App is. Well, obviously, that girl with the sword and board running around is pretty fun to watch. Jumping in and out, changing her outfits. Hungry App, support them. Download something from the Hungry App. And make sure you like any of them that have Facebook pages. Follow the stream on Azubu. Let people know that the international community is still around and ready to watch more Brood War. Hey, yeah, of course I know some Dota, Blind Rar. That's where, you know, the Aegis is really important. I used to play Dota back on the Warcraft 3 mod. That was a pretty fun one to play. I haven't really played too much on Steam. And apparently, is there anybody from Greece? Because the financial advisor for Steam is now like the financial advisor for Greece, the country. So they're going to just go up and up in economy because Steam is freaking awesome. I wonder if they're gonna do like Greece bundles where they roll out a bunch of like materialistic items for really cheap. Sponsored by the government every once in a while. Oh god, and I wonder if they're gonna get like new skins and outfits for Greece that you can get with achievement points, and you earn achievements by like contributing towards the Greece economy or something. Oh, there's this whole ecosystem in Greece that is just like getting ready to thrive. That would be awesome. Okay, back to business here, guys. It looks like the caster on the right has finally buttoned his shirt back up and matched his twin towards the left here. 5 bonus points if you can name all 3 casters in the correct order. Up, here we go.
경기를 화려하게 자신의 것을 장식할 선수 누가 될 것인지 유영태 선수와 조일장 선수의 경기가 지금 시작하겠습니다.
Oh yeah, here's the round of 8, guys, and it's the last game of today's games. It's going to be a matchup of the Dragon versus the Protoss Slayer. Free versus by Hero, most likely going by Hero at this point of his this stage of the game in the Sospa era. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have the Protoss player Free spawning at the bottom left corner of this map, and at the top right it is going to be by Hero. We are going to be on the map Avalon, Guys, this is BisuDagger. Welcome to the cast. You're watching Kongdoo Star League Round of 8. And this has been quite an exciting day. Indeed, some pretty decent games so far. But we really need that one spectacular game to put the cherry on top of the sundae, to put the icing on top of the cake, to put the sword or umbrella on top of the martini glass. I ran out of analogies there, guys. I apologize. This is a 4-player map. We saw it earlier, played in the first game here, and it was a ZVT instead of a PVZ. So we're still getting Zerg on this map, but how is it going to play different? Zero going for those lurkers, you know, a Hydra heavy build, and we could probably still see that. I wonder if mutas will make their way into their game. Or are they going to try and sneak up on us and see how they're going to go? Now, remember, the Hoon played on this map, and he put down a really fast... oh, no, that was... Yes. He put down a very fast starport and a robotics facility, and just did the awkward stove. The really awkward stove. That's the stove that you find with its pants down here. So, the gateway at the front. And this is not a versus Terran matchup, so not going for that Forge Expand. But Free, a very clever player here. Maybe he wants to go for it 2-gate early on and be aggressive, but definitely having that gateway out, you were going to see Zealots fast, which means he needs to find his opponent. It may be cross-spawn, but the distances aren't too long. And now we're going to see the hatchery placed down for Hero at this time. So, what kind of damage do we think that Free is going to get away with? I'm going to say I'm going to bundle you guys all in here, as I am just the overmind, and all of you guys will just feel and think my thoughts with me. I wish that we could see blinking on the gateway when a unit was being produced, but not too easy to tell. Every building and unit and its development for each race has its advantages and disadvantages, obviously. And the Ling going to be chasing around this probe is going to be Bisu level probe micro. Keep that alive. And Ling's being sent out. Is this Zealot going to get seen? Yes, 3 Lings should be enough to pick off the Zealot, actually. And I wonder if Hero's going to get aggressive here. Another Zealot is going to come out. A gateway Nexus going down in the back instead. So this is really cool. In this map, you can actually expand towards the back. You don't have to Forge Expand, which means you can get your units out quicker, and you don't have to waste money on that Forge or cannons. It does leave you short of 1 gas until you are able to take your natural base, but that's a very smart thing to point out, a smart decision by Free to take that back map. And you don't often see units getting glitched through towards through those side pathways as a Zerg player, unless you're going to glitch lurkers. So that's going to take a little bit of time before any sketchy business can come out from Hero. All this probe doing a good job of staying alive so far, and that is a lot of Lings prepared. So Free played this great, because what he just did and what we're seeing is he made enough units to force Hero into thinking that he needed to have a really safe amount of units. The scary part though is if Hero decides he can just keep his units, hidden right outside the natural of Free and try and sneak them up that ramp. When the Zealots aren't in good position and do a counterattack, pick off some of the probes. And so now we're seeing the Hydralisk Den coming out, and no Stargate yet for Free, it looks like. And so going for the Hydra Den over the Spire is actually completely fine. But we're seeing a late lair for Zerg in both the Zero game versus Mong, and now we're seeing it against... This is completely unorthodox. 2 more gateways dropping down. This could be a fast... in fact, if Free decides to go for the Templar Archives, which would be really cool, it could be a fast Zealot Archon build. I love Speedlaw Archon compositions. They're really good at breaking naturals, and you don't have to wait for Storm. You can just kind of hit up your opponent at a really nice timing here. But the third base is going to be taken for Hero. Quite safe. So this map is pretty friendly for Zerg players, I still feel like. Even though Mong showed us how scary a Terran player can be. And it looks like some mining here. If this back door gets mined out, that would be absolutely insane. The Lings are coming. They're not going to be able to glitch through. And okay, now they're actually attacking the Xel'Naga Temple. Wow. So the minerals are mined out. And now the temple is going to have the full surface area being attacked. And BisuDagger really did have a good strategy coming in here. The temple, I don't know if it has more than one stacked temple on there. But all the units are sitting at the front. Hero does not know that it's 3-gate though. And a forge is coming down. So probably a +1 speed lots is going to be on the way. You know, with the late forge, the +1 is going to come down nearly as quick. And this is going to be a Ling Hydra bust towards the back. So maybe he needed the backdoor forge expand here. Free has literally no idea what's going on so far. There is a probe at the front, and if that Overlord is out of view, there's units moving out. He's not going to be prepared for this, and this is going to be a bum rush towards the back of the base. Here, Free, is he going to be able to survive? He drops down a cannon right away. He's going to have to wrap his probes around that to keep the cannon alive. It's going to be absolutely crucial here. A lot of Zealots coming in, but the Lings can pick them off along with the Hydras very quickly. This is not enough units. No Dragoons in the background, but it seems like a few units are going in for the counterattack. Free making the huge mistake of not saving his units to attack these Hydras. He should end up losing a lot of probes if BisuDagger can macro properly. Oh, the probe's trying to do as much damage as possible. It looks like he should be able to survive just for now. Did he lose that cannon, though? He should pull his units back to use the range of the cannon to help himself defend at his Nexus. Kind of a little bit of weird decision-making for Free, but he is able to survive there. The Templar Archives is going to come down, and eventually the Archon will be able to come out. So what I thought was going to be absolute devastation is going to be held on so far for Free. So not bad indeed. I'd say he lost about 6 to 7 probes there. But a ton of Zealots, a lot of army wiped out, and now it looks like the expansion is going to be tried and taken for Free towards the front. Lair is finally coming on the way, and I think that a Hero has just identified that there is because no Stargate, there is not enough air to defend these bases, and that's what he's going to transition into. That, for me, feels like the complete role for building that lair at this time. Obviously, you want to be able to get that lair so you could develop lurkers also. And lurkers would be useful, but I seriously think that Mutaplay would be the best transition. He does have those 2 gases. He's been kind of light on gas because it's been a Zergling Hydralisk mixed in army here. So kind of mineral heavy in a sense. And the Zealot is going to get chased back here. A lot of Zealots at the front, along with this cannon, is going to be enough to defend at the natural base. The Nexus should be coming down pretty soon. We don't have a mineral count, unfortunately, so we won't be seeing that. Alright, so there is another creep colony being put down here. The Zealots are going to be coming out the front, and they will be going in for this attack. There's nothing to defend here. A lot of Zealots, but there's so many Hydras. How are the Zealots going to get that much damage done? Apparently, Free just thinks he's that strong. Dragoon coming in from the back, too. This is a bad position for him to engage these Hydras, though. He did take out that one sunken colony. Hero would be wise to drop down another one here. Oh, so the third base is light on drones for Hero for now. Light on drones in the natural base too, but Spire is on its way. And so Mutas will be coming soon enough. Still a heavy amount of Hydras. A Hydra Ling Muta composition. How scary does that sound? It seems like you could just attack from any which way you want. And this is why Storms are going to be absolutely crucial here. Storm research obviously is developing as fast as possible. And getting these High Templars out will allow them to get that necessary energy to defend. So it looks like everything is going to be looping around from behind again. Is Hero going to be paying attention? It looks like he's dropping some cannons down to help him defend. But they're going to be back behind that Nexus, which means that the Nexus might be able to get picked off very quickly out of the range of the cannons. I wonder if that's what he's going to go for. No units here, still in the back, just all cannons. And it looks like just initial Lings are going to be there to frighten the Protoss player Free. Units are coming in here. The High Templar is going to be on the high ground. Are they going to be able to get Storms off? One Storm that doesn't do a lot. And another Storm forcing the Archon to converge. because the Hydras just microed very well. And like I said, that Nexus will go down with this counterattack towards the natural, and things are looking really bad for Free. Actually, that Storm was pretty decent. It managed to hit 5 or 6 in that mix before the Hydras moved out of that location. Okay, so Hydra's controlling the back force here. Hero looking like he's in a really decent position. Needs to build more Archons here. Cannons inside the natural base, but not doing a good spread to defend everything. I just feel like he needs 1 or 2 more cannons to defend the gateways out at the front, natural. And is he going to try for this third base again in the back? Really, that mineral only isn't doing huge amounts for his late game units, where he needs to have a little bit more gas here. Alright, so now the mutas are going to be able to push in here. Only 1 cannon defending inside of the natural base. A good storm so far for the mutas. It did take a little bit of damage, but not enough to kill them off quite yet. Oh, and another storm that misses, so this is getting really difficult for Free to hold. He does, Hero does force that Archon to morph. And a lot of hatcheries here. It seems like the Sim City for Hero is looking really good. And a counterattack, a really wise, smart counterattack here. Because Free needs to do everything he can to keep the Zerg units outside of his base. That Archon is just a little bit too late, though. It needs to run, put on its Nike shoes, and glide itself into the Muta flock here that's heading towards... I can't remember. Are we calling it a flock? Is it a gackle of mutas or whatever? Oh, but these crucial High Templars getting picked off here. Better to make them Archons than lose them. And that's going to be the death of those. Very good micro so far. It looks like the mutas are going to dodge another storm here. And we're seeing why it's wise to go for mutas. And this is why Zero should have gone for mutas on this map also, even in the ZVT matchup. So useful here. Using the probe trick to kind of keep them alive at this simulator. It looks like this Nexus is eventually going to go down here. He's going to have to cancel it. Oh, he doesn't even cancel it. He just gives up on it. Just lets it finish, losing the 400 mineral sacrifice here. As units are going in for the counterattack towards the natural base, Free has nothing left to do but to counterattack here. And I think he's already resigned himself mentally to this game, realizing that Hero's just so far ahead at this point in the game. In fact, Hero should start considering taking a fourth between all this. That would be a good idea for him to do. Losing the Citadel now, not a key building though. So he could still produce the High Templars and Dark Templars as much as he wants, just having that Templar archives. So he is sitting in a good position here. Low amount of Hydras, but they do get microed back very quickly. And it looks like some breathing room has been given back to Free. The probe count is so low, though. He barely has a decent amount of probes. He doesn't have enough probes at almost mined out main base, let alone half the probes have been killed off at his natural. The third base isn't mining here. And these mutas are going to be able to just attack what they want. He should just try and pick off the Templar archives here. Hero has that opportunity to just do whatever he wants. Okay, a High Templar is coming in here. A crucial storm isn't going to happen. He needs to get them all inside of this flock here. He misses one more time. This is just really bad storm play from Free. And now speed overlords. What's inside of it? Is it going to be the lurker drops here? Oh my god, the Doom drop. The Doom drop is upon us. He's going to be filling up these overlords with all the remaining ground units, floating them inside that main base, and just devastating the Protoss players. So there will be not a single Protoss player to win today, as Mine took down Bisu, and now Hero looks like he's going to be taking down Free. Can the Dragon pull something out of his hat? Just absolute miracle. We need to see if he can Eep Star this moment. Oh god, that's so many Hydras. Every Protoss player knows what this feels like, knows what a impending doom is. And this is absolutely that. The Muta's getting taken out though, so not bad for Free. Able to hold on so far in this game, still sitting on 2 bases. It looks like the wraparound with the Hydras in the back here, going to storm inside of the natural base. And we're not seeing the Doom drop quite yet. I am disappointed. I would like to see Overlords just flock in here with all their glory. Oh, but the High Templars here, are they going to get 2 storms off? Not moving the Hydralisk! Oh, that was so close. Hero reacting just in time to only lose a few Hydras. So very good on him. Yes, indeed. It looks like there are a lot of units still remaining for Hero, but Hero's not taking advantage of the fact that he should have had a 4th base by now, and only just taking the 4th at the 11 o'clock position. So, very interesting indeed. It looks like Drops has finally finished being researched here, and this is where we're going to see. If Hero survives here, then he will become the Lord and God of the Protoss race. I would declare him the #1 Protoss player in the world. That's a hard thing for me to admit here. But here comes the Overlords making their way down. This natural base only has 3 High Templar here, and if they get picked off quickly, still, no mutas he has to worry about. The Storms can go down on ground units, which can't get micro just as quick. But here comes to drop all the Overlords in here. Kind of hard to focus on the ground units once the Overlords are in there too, because they can just kind of soak up shots. All ground units though, with the Zealots running in here. Storms are coming off, and it looks like everything is just going to get devastated. The Hydras are getting split out. A really good storm though under that Nexus. In fact, a really pretty decent defense by Free so far. More Storms go down, but the High Templars, it looks like now that they're out of Storms, they're going to have to morph into Archons if they want to continue this game here. There's so many Hydras though, and a 4th base wasn't taken. It looks like Hero's just going to do this on the 3-base economy that he does have, and maximum mining as possible here at the natural base. In fact, those cannons may be slowing the probes down just a little bit here. GG! The latest GG ever in a game where Free just got rolled over by his Zerg opponent. Set 1, Game 1 goes to the Zerg opponent Hero, and the best of 2 will continue tomorrow at 5 a.m. Oh, don't let me hear about your Liquid guys. Liquid is just been horrible to me. I'm like in last place. Oh, what a game. So, I don't think we saw any games that were just like out of this world spectacular. But I would have to say the Mong versus Zero game was really, really cool. I think that might have been the game of the night. And then followed by that, Minder versus Bisu was pretty good. It was exciting with the recalls, but you all know, and I knew, that Bisu didn't have a chance once that push happened from Mind. It was just the perfect timing. Hero devastating his Protoss opponent. That was a decent game. I would put that up there, 3.5 stars or something. Also free to watch. And then Quanro versus Killer, not worth your time. Don't really need to watch that. So, final results. Quanro up 1-0 to Killer, Mong up 1-0 to Zero, Mind up 1-0 to Bisu, and Hero up 1-0 to Free. This is the KSL round of 8, and the games will continue tomorrow. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this cast. As we are 2 hours and 45 minutes in, it has been an absolute blast talking to you all continually. And now with 3 cups of coffee in me, I'm just going to have to go ahead and jump right into gaming myself. Everybody get on Icy Cup, join the Team Liquid channel if you want, battle with fellow Team Liquiders. It is the time for us all to become better at StarCraft, to continue the foreign scene as well as the Korean scene. And in fact, the Chinese scene doing well too, so show your support. Ziki doing really well in the COSL. That's been quite fun. If you guys don't know, that's the Chinese OSL. So go ahead and check that out too. And she's asking here, how in the hell did you do that? That was incredible. Well, he goes, I identified that there's a temple, and if I took down the temple, I could Hydra bust. Zerg's so silly. Zerg's being silly, guys. Alright, well, I have nothing more interesting to provide from this cast, so I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much again, everybody. We got near 200 viewers during the peak timing of these games. Sure, some of you guys had to go to work, and some of you are new and only got to catch this last game, but thank you still again for watching this English cast. I thought I read somewhere that my stream fell behind, so I will try and refresh my stream after each game to try and keep it alive and current. So that way you guys don't have to worry about it. Let's see if I missed any other
사실 연습 때 나온 경기 흐름이 아니었어요.
any other things in the chat here.
적인 게임이었는데 그래도 크게 판을 이렇게 해야겠다라고.
Nope, it seems like everybody and I had the same opinion as far as how that game went.
가스가 없어가지고 네 그거를 잘 이용해서 이겼던 것 같아요. 가스가 없어가지고.
아 역시 뭐 방송이 카메라가 도는 모습과 안 도는 모습이 굉장히 틀려요. 아까 저한테는 그랬거든요. 오늘
Alright, it sounds good. Everybody like me on Twitch. Or follow me on Twitch. You don't actually have to sign in every time or turn off notifications from me, but follow on Twitch because that would be really cool. Makes me like confidence feel better. But regardless of whether you do or not, I will be back here tomorrow to cast and just enjoy these moments with you guys. It's the KSL. Have a great afternoon. Rest up, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. This is BisuDagger. Take care and goodbye.
제일 첫 경기 승자가 올라갈 것 같다라는 생각을 많이 했는데 일단 마음이 한결 편해졌고요.
네.
남은 경기 준비 잘해가지고 4강 합류하고 싶네요.
네, 감사합니다. 자 여기까지 우리 조일장 선수.